Many drummers feel when they try to play something fast that their hands might get tense really easily. And on top of that, it might be really difficult to pump the speed up. Typically, there are a few key areas that are missing in your technique if and when that happens. In this video, I'm going to show you what creates tension in your hands, and I will also give you a great exercise that you can use to build up that speed and take this into practice. If we want to develop speed on the drums, we need one really important skill, and that is to be able to let the stick work for us. And how we do it is by letting the stick rebound. And as easy as that sounds, I've realized that it's one of the most difficult things to really master, even though it's so simple. And many drummers might feel like their hands are tensing up, and still they don't realize that their playing looks like this. And what that means is we treat the stick as if it was a hammer and we're trying to hammer some nails. But in fact, hitting the drum is a completely different type of approach. Like, we don't hit it down, we let the stick come back up. And that's easier to say than to actually execute. It looks so simple, but for some reason, when we start learning that, our hand might just stop the movement altogether. But this is one of those things that every drummer should learn really well, to let the stick rebound. Because as we learn that, we will learn to relax. It should be really relaxed. Like you're hardly doing any work. Like, as I am like playing really slowly, but this is so relaxed. I'm just holding the stick and letting the movement continue. But the way you can practice this is when you hit the drum, and as you feel that the tip of the stick is hitting the drum, start following the motion back up. It's like if you had a ball, like a basketball, and you were bouncing the ball like this. You need to follow the movement with your hand in order to catch the ball. If you only do like this and then the ball hits your hand, we know it's not going to work. It's a bit the same. We want to immediately react to that contact, that attack that the stick is making to the surface. And if we are squeezing the stick, it becomes ultimately more difficult. So we need enough relaxation to our grip for that to be able to happen nice and smoothly. Now, I always talk about how important it is to keep your fingers in contact with the stick. And it's also true with this stroke. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do any of that. We just want to hold our fingers in contact, but you can kind of let the stick come off from the palm of your stick. And that way create that kind of relaxation. Also keep your gap here and make sure that your thumb is aligned with the stick. With that, you can already create some sort of leverage and feel the relaxation in your grip. So there's that. You need the correct grip, but also the correct movement and being able to react, go back up as soon as you hit the drum. And it's good to just practice this like this first with both hands, of course, and the weaker hand is obviously gonna need as much attention at least. So when I go down, I don't do this. Some drummers might do that. I don't recommend that because it kind of creates that too much looseness in your hand and you're not in control of the stick anymore. I believe that you can follow the stick quite well while having contact with the fingers to the stick. Now I'm going to give you a really simple exercise to practice this. I call it Singlemania. And what we do in this exercise is we're going to play Firstly, 1 bar using right hand only, 8th notes. The second bar, we play 16th notes, right, left, right, left. Then again, 1 bar, right hand only, 8th notes. Then 1 bar, 8th notes, using both hands together. And when we play this, we try to avoid flams. And flams are like that. When the sticks are not completely together, we try to play together with this exercise. So both hands together. Then we flip to the left hand lead. We play left hand, 1 bar, 8th notes. And then we play 16th notes, starting with the left hand. And then left hand again, 8th notes, 1 bar. And then last bar is together again. And we repeat this cycle from the beginning again. So I'll play this through. I have 60 beats per minute, so really nice and calm. Here we go. I almost lost my stick there. So I was being too loose, I guess. But this is a really nice way. It's simple, but you can really focus on the rebound and focus on the feel. Focus how you can feel the stick bounce back up, and you just follow it. And it's not about speed at this point. When you practice it like that and you want to get that rebound correctly and start to like really do it properly, it's good that the speed is really slow. Even though this exercise is great for also practicing speed, but in the beginning, when you practice this and you want to get that rebound going, it's great to have that slow speed. Now be aware of this thing. As you practice, you can even film yourself, record yourself with your phone to see how you look, or play in front of a mirror. That's even better. But if you notice that your playing starts to look like this, right? You know what's going on. You're hammering. You're playing too much like downwards. That's what we don't want. You want to have that nice and solid rebound all the way through. So that will be the aim of this exercise. Not so much speed yet, because if we cannot be relaxed and get that nice relaxed feeling of a rebound, we cannot speed it up. But what's really great about this exercise is you can also test where you're at with your singles in terms of speed. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a stepwise trainer that's going to pump up the tempo in after each bar. So I'll just try and play this as far as I can go. And let's see where my hands are right now. Now, I've not practiced a lot lately, so it's probably going to show. But still, I'm going to try where I'm going to get. So I'll start from 60, and then I'll play as long as I can. And you can even play this with me if you want to test yourself. Here we go. remember to breathe. It's getting difficult. That's my cue today. So I realized I had a bit of trouble with my left hand at the end, so that was my weak link, which is probably really common. But yeah, as you saw, this is also a great way to test where you're at. But like for speeding up and trying to learn to pump up that speed, that's not probably the best way always to do it. You just might want to practice that slow 60 beats per minute, find that relaxation, and then push the tempo only like 5 beats per minute up max. So don't try to go fast quickly necessarily, but because you can build that relaxation in that area where it's just slightly difficult but not too difficult yet. And I would say that for me, if I was now around 180 beats per minute, I guess, and it was not clean anymore, so I would have to come down a little bit and see the moment where I'm still able to be relaxed and stay there, and then gradually only like 1 or 2 beats per minute pump that tempo to get that speed going. So that's also a great way to do it. But here's the lesson for you today, and I hope that this exercise will help you find that relaxation. And like I said, the grip is really important. And if you want to see more tips on how you can get that relaxed, you can watch this video next, where I explain you how you can make the grip as relaxed as you possibly can. I'll see you there.